welcome to week 7, Heroes Advocate like Jane Goodall. Let's take a look at what's in our teacher folder. So on the left-hand side, everything's the same except for one thing. So I'm just going to point out the one thing so we can kind of mosey along. I know you guys are getting really familiar with what's in this. Is the instructional word list. So you're going to get this throughout the rest of semester 1 into semester 2 and semester 3, the word list for the week. So that's that. We're going to be looking at short A CBC words. So in addition to our posters, on this poster side, we have just some cutouts and things that you'll need. So starting in this week and for many more weeks in the future, you're going to get these word cards, and they relate to words that are in our Funny Phonics Tale for our phonics focus. So we're looking at CBCA words this week, and I decided to put this on a ring like this because I know that we're going to have these cards for all the short vowel sounds. So I think I'm going to just go ahead and add all my short vowel sounds into this one ring here. So that's why I chose this big ring. So you might want to do that, or you can put this in a baggie or even just clip it however you'd like to store it. Okay, so that's that. We also have some cutouts for math. So this week we're doing relative position, in front of, back of, on top of, and stuff like that. So on Monday you're going to do an activity with a tree and a monkey, or not a monkey, a chimp. And just so you know, Jane Goodall, this is sort of a representative of her, it's not actually Jane Goodall, but she wants you to know that apes and chimps do not have tails, monkeys have tails. So make sure to let your little one know the difference. But anyway, so you'll do this, and you can just glue it to a cup if you'd like. And then Tuesday, there's a similar type activity, but it's some cutouts of a chimp in a classroom, and you match the words and things like that on a whiteboard or however you'd like to spread it out on a desk or something like that. So anyway, you've got these cutouts for math. You can put them in a baggie. That's how I did it. Quickly wanted to point out we have some foundational posters, and they've been updated a little bit because last week we looked at our big emotions of anger and frustration, and as a result of that, we have 2 new posters, 2 versions of this calming down poster. And this is really important because red won't help. Don't burst yellow first. We've got to get to this point where we can make wise decisions because we're in our thinking mind, not just in our reactive mind. And as a result, I've also updated our wise decisions poster, which can be used throughout the whole year. And we just made the change here. Are my emotions calm instead of are my emotions in check? That may be more simpler for your little one to understand. And then we also added this temperature chart here to kind of go back to this. Now, as a result of this, we did make some updates to the Heroes Step Through Problems. I think you'll find this wording to be easier, and it's got some of the statements that kind of refer back to these as well. So this is in a supplement, and you can print those out and have that updated in your classroom to use throughout the year. We've got some additional posters like the quote, Heroes Advocate. This is very central to our whole theme of what we're doing and our mission. We have the Jane Goodall poster. We have this tap it out activity, and this is a way if you need help or your little one needs help stretching out the sounds, this will be a good thing that you can do. You can tap out words by touching your bicep T and then A, P for the different sounds. You've got a consonants, vowels poster, and your school days poster. So that's everything that is in your teacher folder. And then, of course, don't forget to supplement all of those posters with our instructional schedules with a little bit more detail than just the activities at a glance. And that gives you additional detail on some sight word activities and the teaching points of the day for phonics and math. All right, so let's take a look at what we're going to look at every single solitary day this week. So on Monday, first thing you're going to look at is the Jane Goodall bio. The questions for that are on the activities at a glance. There are also some videos that you can look at about her, and those video links are in the video list in your curriculum library. You've got a beginning, middle, short A sound, an additional short A poster. You can go over the 3 writing prompts with your little one and then proceed to put that into the writing center, along with fresh blank books in your writing center. And then you've got the sphere there activity for math. And for social studies, you're going to look at Tanzania because Jane Goodall began her research in Tanzania. So sight words, now your little one's probably getting so used to their sight word book, and those are our sight words of the week. They should be looking that up in their independent reading. Now, as far as reading strategies, there are 3 reading strategies that are going to be the same for the next 5 weeks, and you can point them out this week. You may have already pointed them out depending on where your student was at and what they needed for their reading strategies, but you've got Superstar Stretch, Point Your Power, and Pattern Predictor are the reading strategies of the week, so you can review that on Monday. All right, let's take a look at what's in Tuesday through Thursday. Tuesday, you've got your Advocate Like a Hero chart, so build your understandings together and continue updating that throughout the week. Have your student dictate those ideas to you. It's really interesting, the things that they come up with. Save these, keep these as a reference for later when your child is 20 years old and they come back for Christmas and you can chat about what they thought about in kindergarten. Then we've got character scenarios for advocating like we always do. I hope you're doing those. These are really fun conversation starters. You've got your Tad and the Ram, Funny Phonics Tale. So these words are also on the cards. So they're mirrored there as well. And we also have this in our Boom card deck. So it's an online activity you can do as well. Math, you've got produce positions. And then you're also continuing to look at Tanzania for social studies. For Tuesday, for phonics, you are going to be doing Wednesday, you're going to be doing word building. Now, you can build words through the Boom deck if you don't want to be printing and cutting things out, or if you'd like to have a more tactile experience, then you can do our word mats, and this is basically what they look like. So you basically have a bunch of letters, and you can also pair this with, if you happen to have some letters of your own, like the Montessori letters, you can use that. But if you don't have those, you can also just, print these out as well. They're perfectly sized. And you can, if I were you, I would probably separate vowels and consonants just to make it easy and put it in a little baggie like this. Now what you would do is you'd first have to pick which mat you want your little one to look at. So we have a lot of choices, and that's because this can be used throughout all of the rest of the year, basically, in phonics. So you've got CBC, that's this week. You've got these that have some blends. That would be some semester 2 blends. Semester 2 type word. This is like blends. That'd be more semester 2. This is semester 3. We've got the the long vowels. This is another long vowel. We also have completely blank. If you prefer a blank, go right ahead. And then here, see how it doesn't have the C, B, and C? So if you just want to have more challenge, you can do this one instead of this one. So basically, there are a bunch of options that you can choose from. Pick the one or ones that you want to do. Stick it in this type of folder here. Now, here's what you're going to want to do. Pick 3 of these words, and then give your little one a smattering of these. So not all of them, but just some that will make the word plus a few more so that there's just extra challenge there. And that's what you would do to practice your word building when it says word building. Now, if you don't want to do all of this cutting and all that, this entire word building activity is completely paperless on our Boom deck. So just go to your digital activities list on your curriculum library. It gives you all the instructions on how to access that. All right, so that's that. Okay, that's Phonics Wednesday. Math, you've got this playground worksheet, and then science, you're going to look at the Amazon rainforest and camouflage. Okay, so and why we're looking at the Amazon rainforest is tomorrow they're going to look at the Congo or the African rainforest. Okay, so also on Wednesday, you're going to be looking at the trouble spot, which is Maze of Confusion as well. So you can do that. Now Thursday, you're going to look at our life strategy or escape route, which is the ladder of learning. And don't forget to pair that with, we've got cards for every single one of these. So you can do a hands-on activity to kind of give an idea of what this whole strategy is all about. So you'll take a look at that. And then you also have some worksheets that go along with that. You have a Hero's Advocate. Now this one here, this vocabulary words short A, this was listed here It was listed here, this vocabulary short words A, but it actually wasn't in the print pack. We have gone ahead and made that update, so if you want to go back into your PDF, it's there now, and you can find this in your curriculum library. You also have this rhyming words that you can also do as well. There's a rhyming reader here, which again, you just put these all in order just like we've given you. And then what you do is you cut it down here, flip this around, put it behind there, and staple. In a previous video, I went over all that. Matt, you've got this draw a face, and we're gonna look at position words, but this is also really good practice for paying attention to instruction. So you can remind them, hey, remember week 5, our character trait of the week was paying attention. It's week 5? Goodness, forgetting all the weeks, but we have done paying attention. So you can draw a body and for additional practice for math. And science, you're going to look at the Congo rainforest, the African rainforest. And then on Friday, Jane Goodall's got a worksheet. You've got your handwriting practice, so hopefully on these particular pages you want them to do as nice of handwriting as they possibly can, and really try to get the letter formation, really try to use the correct pencil grip also when they're doing these letters. Sight words at a sight word snap, and then you've got your phonics assessment. For math, you have pick a position, clip cards, and you've got your math assessment. And then, of course, there's always a suggested craft activity which you can do as well, and that's on your activities at a glance sheet. And then we have a lot of extras for this week. Feel free to do however much or as little as you want. We've got 4 endangered animals that you can share a little bit about their situation, and ask your child if anything were possible, what would you wish could be done? So this can help them learn about some animals, like we've got the gorilla, the South China tiger, the northern white rhino, and the Amur leopard. Okay, so we've got several additional short A worksheets. You've got some worksheets on hidden rules. This is really a good one, and we will likely go over this in class a bit, but it's thinking about what are the expected behaviors, what are unexpected behaviors, how does my behavior make others feel, how does it make me feel, and how would it affect others' behavior, my behavior? So these are pretty important, and there's some different scenarios here that you can talk about. One, this is in school. This is at restaurants, hidden rules in restaurants, hidden rules at library, hidden rules at the playground. Why we put this in week 7 is because Jane Goodall noticed that chimps had unwritten rules in their society, and we also have unwritten rules in our society. We have this worksheet here on recognizing emotions, so we're continuing to help our little ones be able to name their emotions. And if you want more practice, we've got tons of posters this week that you can print or just bring up as a PDF and look at it on your screen as well. You don't have to print all this. And think about, how do these children feel? See how your little ones are being able to identify some of these emotions. We've looked at disappointment, we've looked at sadness, anger, frustration, hurry. Now we're looking at confusion. There's some more in there too. There's also some stuff you can work on kindness, because Jane Goodall was very kind. Some posters, some challenges, kindness challenge, and even a worksheet on what's kind and unkind. There are a few extra math worksheets that you can look at if you like. And then last but not least, we have this activity where you can make a chimp sanctuary and do some fun activities. And I just wanted to point out that there are some pictures of actual chimps. These aren't their real names, but they're short A. But if you want, you can put this on your theme board for the week. So there's all kinds of stuff in this, and some pictures on what you can do to set that all up. So that's what we have for week 7. I think you're going to have a lot of fun with this primates themed week. And your students are doing such a wonderful job. You are doing a wonderful job getting everything together. And if you have any suggestions, or if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. And I'd love to know how you're organizing your material, because you may have a great way to organize things, and somebody else that could really help somebody else being able to see your idea. So if you have great ways to organize things, please send us a picture and we'll share that with our folks. We have a Facebook, we have an album called Implementation Ideas from Our Community, and there are lots of different ideas of how people organize things. So definitely feel free to share if you're gifted in that area, and ask us a question if you have it, and we will see you again next week. Have fun with Jane Goodall, and keep caring, contributing, and being kids who can too. Take care.